Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to Virtual Victory Lane Podcast, episode 3. We did not do one last week. All of us were busy or sick or doing life as life does. But still, a lot has gone on since 2 weeks ago time, and a lot has gone on in the sim racing world and the real life world. We don't have Jaden tonight. Jaden is sick, unfortunately. But we do have our man Jack Simpson. What's up, Jack?
What's up, guys? Glad to be here.
You had your excursion for you were gone from your house for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I think I left I want to say July 23rd, July 22nd for CKNA at Lombardy, and then that was the Canada regional race. And then I went to Summer Nats in Cincinnati, which was a huge race. That was one of the bigger ones on the calendar for me and for everyone else who competes at that level. So I had a really good 2 weeks on the road, and my results could have been better, but they were certainly good. And we had our time at of running at the front, so it was a successful 2 weeks.
That's nice to hear. How did your races go?
For me, it was kind of uneventful. I mean, I think I'll focus on Summer Nats. That was the biggest one I did this month. I think it's gonna be the biggest one of my whole season. Depends what I do later in the year, but yeah, it was good. We qualified, I want to say 9th out of 45 carts in the damp conditions. Track was starting to dry up. There was a dry line. It was debatable whether to put on dry or wet tires. I think it was a good idea to put on the dry ones. You know, the cart was a bit freer, not over gripping, engine wasn't bogging down. Put it in 9th place. I started my heat in 9th, and then in heat 1 I dropped about 3 spots. Next heat I dropped 4. It was just, racecraft and having the balls to race those Americans. They're really aggressive because that was my first time ever racing the professionals. But I finished, I want to say 40th out of 43 carts overall in the final. My rain hood came off, all the water got in the carburetor, crashed on lap 1. It was a monsoon of a race. Mine was uneventful, but just to give a quick recap of how light and medium fanned out. We had Christopher McGeethan won light, Colin Warren won medium. In light, that was the monsoon, the one I was in. I got to watch the whole race sitting at the turn 11 barrier under an umbrella, but we had a 3-cart pull away in the front. McKeithen led, I want to say, half the race. The Canadian Major, Nikita Kofskis, was second. He made his passes for the lead. Him and McKeithen kind of swapped spots throughout most of the race. Colin Warren had his rain hood coming off, so he had to drive one-handed, had one hand holding his rain hood on. If he let go, rain hood was going to fall off, engine was going to shut off with the water. So he finished 3rd with a hand over his right rear tire the entire race, which is crazy. He kept pace with the leaders. I think if he had 2 hands on the wheel, he was going to win and probably pass them and pull away. But McGeethan took the win there, and then in the medium, it was a 4-cart breakaway with Team VLR. The VLR guys just pushed, and that race was drier. No wet tires. They all pulled away. That one was kind of uneventful, but I think for CKNA overall, it was a weekend of really exciting racing. Weather played a big role. There's times where it would be dry, and then when we had 5 minutes before green flag, it would start pouring on the grid. Everyone would be running back to their tents, grabbing their wrenches, changing their caster, their tires. And obviously everyone would prioritize tires, but people would use those extra minutes to get in as many rain setup changes as possible. It was stressful. Everyone was panicking, swearing, yelling, running around, dropping carts off their stands. And it was crazy. But overall, CKNA had a really exciting weekend to replace our 1 week of the year where we don't have any NASCAR running. So it was pretty good.
Hey, it's a pretty good week where you don't have any racing going on in the stock car side of it. But that's not fun to hear you guys had a eventful weekend, nonetheless. A fun one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome to hear. I mean, you guys obviously, you and Jaden and I think everyone else on the team does karting aside from me. I just can't do that. But yeah, it's fun to watch you guys. I've only watched you guys once. Was gonna go this year, but I got really sick, and then if anyone watched Thursday night in my interview, I was not feeling good then, and I'm finally getting over it. To yesterday, I kind of got over it, but yeah, that's awesome to hear. CKNA went. I mean, unfortunate for, what did you say, 40th out of 43?
40th out of 43, yeah.
That's a shame. And that wasn't your fault, right? That was just, yeah.
No.
Typical not your fault, really, this year with the...
Never my fault, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that kind of leads us into some sim racing. You've missed sim racing now, 2 weeks of sim racing, unfortunately, and that has hurt you a little bit in the points, a tad bit, unfortunately. I don't think you're out of it. It would be you need to execute for sure because your point gap when we look at points is it's big. It's very big, and you got a lot of cars to pass. But I think you're better than everyone. I think honestly, if the DNFs didn't come this year for you, and the murders that have happened to you, especially in recent weeks, like at Indy, what did we race before Indy? I'm trying to think.
Before Indy,
I think it was Chicagoland. It was Chicagoland, yeah.
I think so.
And then I think you hurt yourself there.
Yeah.
Which really in that race the car was super loose if I remember right for no reason. But man, you've had a lot of tough runs, but that doesn't mean you for laps led you're like third. And when you finish the race you're in the top 5, so or finish the race without damage.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Continue.
But I mean, I'm excited for this. I think the schedule for both, not only you, but for me as well, coming up. Maybe not this week for me because I can't stand Nashville, but definitely for you. I think the schedule's lining up perfectly. We have a lot of good tracks. Hopefully, we get some bigger fields. But it looks like some of the guys in the chase aren't racing anymore. Like Jonathan Cofield's no longer. Looks like in the Discord.
Oh, this is my first time hearing that. Do you know why that is?
I think he just left. I'm not sure why John's not in the Discord. I just saw him not in the Discord, and he didn't race last Thursday. So, in my opinion, I would say he's not probably going to be here anymore. And he's 9th in points, so that's a spot I think you can catch. And I think we have 5 races or something left before the playoffs. If you want to fact check,
4.
Oh, that's 160 points, I believe. You have to catch him.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do it.
I think I can do it. You know, like I think with me, I was going to a bit of a summer slump in Hypershift. We had a good couple races going before the summer, but we've been struggling recently. Missed some races, but you know, if I look at the tracks coming up, Nashville, Dover, Old Atlanta, 3 of my favorite tracks, just based off of how I've been there in officials and in the league in the past. Then we have Daytona, which is that I think that's a great race for the whole team. So
yeah,
4 great racetracks for me and the team lining up here, but it's up to me. I have to be consistent every single one of those weeks. I don't have really a lot of time left, but
I mean, if nothing else, when you don't make the chase, let's go out swinging, trying to get there.
Yeah,
and let's end the year because I think last year, I don't think it was championship speed last year as much. Definitely good speed, top 5 speed. The speed is there for championship speed for the 2014 this year. It's just the murders or the execution sometimes, or the mistakes on my end have cost you a few times this year.
Yeah, if only you knew how to get off pit road.
Yeah. I think that's one or twice. The one time I helped you, I think. Charlotte, I think I helped you. I don't remember though. I think I helped you.
I don't even remember.
I don't know. I spun off pit road, I spun onto pit road at Kansas. As one does sometimes. But yeah, I think if nothing else, I think you're 103 back from Brian King. That's a lot. And you got to pass all those cars ahead of you. I think you're 18th in points. If it was 60, I think you're 100% a lock. 100's a lot, but don't count yourself out, man. It's not over with for sure. Speed's there, and Nashville and Dover are your playgrounds, so I would expect at least and if not a win, we're gonna lead a lot of laps for the 2014 and try to get some top 5 runs going here.
Yeah. I mean, Nashville, I struggled there last year. I did win preseason there 2 years ago, and I've always found it to be a good track for me. But we went last year, and I don't know if it was just missing the limited setup changes we're allowed to do, but my car was just plowing. I remember that very vividly.
Yeah, I do.
So Nashville, it very well could be a good race for us. Dover, we're always good. I always have fun there.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a playground.
That track figured out. Yeah, for both of us, really.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm very excited to fight you there because I think it's just gonna be me and you. Maybe Kyle Taub, and we're gonna let's go ahead and get to race results from the 2 weeks that you've been gone. So Kyle Taub wins Michigan. That's a second win, I believe, this this season. I believe. I think it's his second win. Yeah, because he won Chicagoland. So he's on 2 wins in the few starts he has this year. He's electric, man. If he's not wrecking, he's winning. He is so fast. Kyle's got a lot of speed, and he races everyone great. For the team's sake at Michigan, Jaden started second. Almost had pole. If he would have ran the top on his lap, coming to his best lap, he would have definitely got pole, but he decided not to do that. I think that's what cost him pole, but Jaden, I think, just faded. He just could not get the car going in the long run, and then I think he messed up or something and slid his box. Connor had a decent night at Michigan, didn't make any mistakes from my knowledge, and beat Jaden, so, I mean, can't be too bad of a night. I came from the back because I didn't qualify because I had a penalty and finished 7th. So Michigan was pretty mediocre for the team. We didn't lead any laps. Oh, wait, no, Jaden led laps. He led some laps early in the race. But Michigan was kind of a race to forget for the team. And we go to Bristol, and it was one, at least for myself, because no one else was there aside from Connor. And Colton Gardner did get pole. I know Colton's not on the team, but Colton's a friend, and he did really well all race. Pretty well sticking with us up there. If I would have had my second lap, because I waited long waiting for Jaden to get into the session, and out of 4, as I'm like 2 tenths up and going to go pole, I got kicked out of the car and couldn't finish my qualifying lap. So that was frustrating for sure. But then, down by the race, had a great fight with Kyle for the win. Once the long run though, I just unmatched. We had a green flag pit cycle. A complete green flag pit cycle at Bristol.
Wow. Yeah,
I mean, quite a thing you don't see even on the cup side very much in real life. Green flag pit cycles, but we won. Connor got a best finish of the season with 12th. We only had 15 guys show up. That's unfortunate. I think just a lot of people just missed. A lot of provisionals. Usually we have at least 20-something guys, so unfortunate to have a pretty small field like that. It was nice though for Bristol because how tight everyone is there.
That's the track where you don't need a full field for it.
It wouldn't. It's fun though to have a full field. If everyone keeps it straight, and we only had 2 yellows, so everyone kept it straight out of the 15 of us. But yeah, I mean, so we come off. This is my 3rd win of the season. You have 1. Jaden has 1. That's 5 wins now on the year as a team, which is pretty damn good. We had 9 last year as a team. I think we have plenty. I don't think I'm winning tomorrow at Nashville. I'm not good at that track, at least in the cup car. I just not my fancy. But we're gonna look at kind of the race that we have going on here. But looking at the race results from last week. Obviously, talked about Kyle and me having a battle, but Kyle got loose and wrecked himself. So he finished 11th. But the man who came home second, your best friend Doug Denise from Indy. Your best friend Doug Denise came home late, and that's not to knock Doug, but
Yeah. I mean, good run for Doug. we did get into it at Indy a couple weeks ago, but he shot me an apology, so much appreciated from him.
And Colton Gardner finished 3rd, Adam Boughton 4th, and Anthony Ludi got a top 5 finish, finishing 5th. Big A Ludi got a top 5 and led some laps, so good for Ludi. Dwayne finished 6th. I mean, there's only 5 cars in the lap, and before the final caution, there was like 3 or 4. There's probably going to end with 2. That was probably what I was going to end with if it went green to the end, because I was going to lap everyone up to Kyle. Kyle was a little too close to get lapped, but all in all, pretty long. It felt like the longest race on earth when you're doing 250 laps at Bristol with 2 yellows, but it was like one of the shortest races of the year. But all in all, we're gonna move that on to next week, and that is our race at. Look at some of the stats here at 1.5 miles this season so far, and something that jumps out on me is the average finish this year at the 1.5 miles, and some names that you would think would not really be up there, maybe, or someone who you think would be more up there is you. You have a 14.0 on mile and a half. So you have a pole this year. So you have a pole on the mile and a half. You have a lot of speed. You've led, how many led have you led? You've led 188 laps a mile and a half this year. Or on
I don't doubt that.
speedway types. You've led 188 laps this year on that track type. That's 16% of all laps on this track type. And you've led one more than me on this track type. You were the second most laps led on this track type. Yet you have a 14.0 average finish. But if you look at your incidents, that would be why you have 38 incidents in 10 starts.
The end of those races I can never get them to be put together, even if it's out of my control. Something happens. But I mean, you see the laps led, the pace, and definitely the first half of the races are there. So.
I mean, we can just look at average running position or average position of the race, and you have a 7.7. That's 7 spots on average better, and your average running position is a 6.9. So your average running position is way better. You have the third best average running position on speedways. The only drivers who are better than you are myself and Dwayne. So
I think I'm better than one of those guys off pace purely. So
is that fact? Which one of them? Which one? Dwayne? Dwayne's pretty good on the short run pace.
Yeah.
He's a rocket on the short run, especially in qualifying. He just knows how to get it.
In his defense, sometimes I just see a bit of speed out of him, late in the runs that I'm like, yo, where did that come from? So, maybe he isn't better than me. Sometimes I see him creeping up in my mirrors, like Indianapolis, creeps up there.
He did have 4 tires at Indy.
Oh, that is true. I did not know that.
Oh yeah, and he made them work. Well, you also didn't aero block very well at Indy at all. You just gave him the bottom. Man, but Dwayne was on a mission there at Indy, that late charge. He was gunning for it to get that one. I don't think there was... I tried stopping him. I held him off for 30 laps almost. Trying to keep him away from you. But I just could not. And then once you slipped up and got in the dirty air, I was better than you. And I got to you, and then Doug killed you in the backstretch.
Yeah, Indy's one of those hit your marks tracks. If you make one mistake, the guys around you are gonna either pull or they're gonna gain. And I made one mistake. I got really tight, like a half lap before Dwayne got me, and I think that was all he needed to get alongside me. He was alongside me for about half lap, but I was confident. It was about 6 laps to go, and I was like, the track's single groove. I could keep this guy at bay for 6 more laps if I don't fuck it up myself. Oh, I can't swear.
It's okay.
I can't swear. Anyway, I was like, if I don't mess it up myself, I could keep this guy at bay for 6 laps. It's single groove. There's nowhere else to go. Got to make my Pirelli 24 Mustang as wide as possible, but nose plowed through one corner, and then he got underneath me, and it was history from there. And then got together, obviously, with Doug, and it was history from there. But yeah, that's just what those races come down to at the end.
That's execution. Yeah, that execution is probably the thing it comes down to the most at the end of these races, and sometimes just luck. Sometimes you just have horrid luck, and I think that's kind of something that's plagued you a lot this year. But that's just officially look at the point standings. After we only have, you just said it, 4 races left in the season. I am locked into the chase. Now, I am officially locked into the chase. It is pretty nice. I'm the only driver locked into the chase. So I could miss every race, and I'm still locked in the chase. I think, realistically, I'm probably locked into the top 5. I don't think I could even lose that if I didn't race. But looking at the chase standings, I have a 25-point lead over Matt. I really wish we didn't have a chase. I'm not going to lie. Because lately I've been running really well, and I don't want to reset. And I think that points gap's just going to get bigger by the time we hit the regular season finale at Daytona. Daytona could do Daytona things, and we could all die like Atlanta did for me. And then we look back at some of the other guys on the team. Obviously, Jaden. So Jaden obviously missed Bristol, and that was a missed opportunity for a boatload of points. He sits 63 points out of the cut line off Brian King. Brian King did race Bristol. He had a rough night. Nothing against Brian. He just didn't look like he had the greatest car that night. I think he made him. I think he got caught up in a wreck. I know Matt Sisler wrecked on like lap 2. It didn't bring out a yellow and killed his race. But Jaden, 63 points out. Jack, what do you got for that? What do you think? Can he make this?
Well, first of all, I want to know how far I am out again. I think I'm near Jaden, right, in points?
You are 104 back from Brian.
Oh, Jaden can make that. Jaden can make that if he locks in and he puts in the laps. He put in the laps at Michigan, he told me. And I watched that race in person from behind his sim, and he was flying for the first half.
He was for the first half.
If we can just do it at these tracks, Nashville and Dover, I think he can be good there. And you put in the practice like he did at Michigan that I saw firsthand. I think a chase is more than likely a Jay Newson appearance if he just puts in the laps and locks in.
I would agree with that. I think just Jaden's kind of weakness sometimes is tire wear, and we're going to some tire wear heavy racetracks the next few weeks. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the thing I'm concerned about with that team and with him, right? Is he sometimes kind of gets in his head about it. I think with the tire wear, and I mean we saw that you just talked about it at Michigan, and that's not a track we really think of major tire wear, right? I mean definitely some tire wear, but he could not hold it after 15 to 20 laps on the long run. I mean I saw it. He was leading the race, and it took me a while because it's just so hard to pass at Michigan. And he was like a rock in the middle of the field. He was really struggling. So really need to work on the tire wear. I hope he's sick right now, so I don't think he's going to hit the sim and practice Nashville. He'll probably race tomorrow and hate it because it's Nashville and it's a tough track. But I mean, you never know. If he has a good qualifying effort, that could really shape the entire thing, because just how hard it is to pass at Nashville. It is really difficult to pass at Nashville. We're looking at some other guys near the cut. Okay, how about this? Give me your predictions right now. I'm going to give you, because I really feel like 9th and up, or maybe not, because Cofield's not racing. 9th to, I think, 15th where Jaden is, maybe 16th for Michael Carter, is all in play for a chase spot. Who do you think out of Cofield, Mueller, Ingram, and King are the ones in right now who could find their way out come 4 weeks' time?
Cofield, Mueller, Ingram, and King. I'm saying Kent Mueller makes it in. I'm going to say, is it 2 of those guys make it in and 2 don't?
Well, Jonathan's gonna probably fall out just because he's not racing. So I would say move them all up a spot, and honestly put Richard into the chase points too, because I'm sure he can make up a 70-point gap to Richard or to John in 4 weeks. I would hope. Yeah. Unless he just has a terrible race stretch.
Yeah, no, Richard could definitely close that gap for sure. So is it possible for Cofield not to even fall out, even if he just doesn't race? Could he still have a chase spot?
If they all don't race, or they have a lot of wrecks,
right?
Because Cofield is 68 above Richard. That's 2 mediocre races. That's 2 mediocre races, and Richard's above him. Now John does have 3 wins this year, and Richard has none. So if they somehow tie, I mean John would get in, but they also in the league might just let Richard in if John isn't racing anymore. I mean, he might be racing still, I'm not sure, but he did leave the Discord. So that kind of opens up that play of that spot, the 9th and points. The 9th and point spot. On who can get that. But I mean, so Kent Mueller, Ingram, Brian King, Dallas Humans too, man. He's been running really well recently. He was running top 5 at Bristol until I put him a lap down. He was probably the hardest car to pass all night, Dallas. I mean, holy. I think I lost 2 seconds to Kyle when I was by far the best car on track in the long run trying to pass him. And he was just incredibly hard to pass. And then Adam Boughton, I guess, just got tired of waiting, and he just shipped him because he was on fresher tires than me, and I was just kind of right behind him. And he just got shipped. And then a few laps later, Dallas pit, and then he spun and crashed himself and took himself out of a top 5 run. But Dallas only 16 back from Brian King, and he's only 6 back from Richard. So if the spot comes up to those two, who do you got? Richard and Dallas.
I think you've got to give it to Richard. I mean, I've just seen Richard at the front so much more, and I know how he races. And I think, you know, when we get to the time of the year where the playoff window is closing, I think Richard has that aggressive edge to.
I think something that you might miss is that Richard has 32 more incidents than Dallas. That's a lot. He is one of the highest. He has the highest incident amount of anyone in the top 18 in points.
Really?
Yeah, he is the highest incident rate. The next closest is Kent Mueller with 84.
Wow.
So I think the wrecking and the bonus point too. Like there's 3 bonus points just for getting a 0x. That's 3 points. That's a lot. It's 3 spots on track. I think it's going to be really tight because I think they're both going to catch Jonathan if he does in fact not race. And Jaden's right there in play too, man. That really opens up the door for Jaden, I think, because I think it's going to be a lot harder for Jaden to get there. He's 123 back or 103 back from John. I think he just has to start all those races and he gets that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Over here dying. But man, what do you think, Jaden or Richard? Or Dallas? I think that's the fight, because I don't think Cedric's been on the bubble all season. I'm done doubting Cedric. He's good enough. He shows up a lot. I think Cedric's in. Kent has, I think, too big of a point gap to lose, and I think we're going to some pretty good Kent Mueller tracks as well. So I think he'll be fine. So I think that's the final chance for shot. Richard, Dallas, and Jaden.
Yeah. I think Kent's got that spot secured. I think Cedric. No, I think Kent's got that secured, and then I think Cofield's falling. King's not gonna be able to put it together. Cedric's. I'm not counting out King or Ingram at all, but they're definitely on the bubble. And then
oh yeah,
just so many cars, that could get those final 2 spots.
I mean, Jaden's super speedway results are all top 5s this year. He's extremely good at the super speedways. And if he just runs near Brian King at the others and beats him by a few spots, I mean, it is 63 points, but that's really realistic. Brian King did have, I think, a top 5 in the season opener at Daytona. But, man, I think Jaden could catch Brian, especially if he has some incidents. Brian does have 72 incidents this year. He has a lot. I mean, that's not on the lower end for sure for the incident count. So that's something to look for as well, right? Like,
let's not count out Connor Fuge, okay?
Well, Connor is the last car possible to make the chase. So I think we can count out Connor. I think after next week, he's not going to be eligible to even make it on points.
It's only 234 back, bro. He can make this.
As much as I love Connor, he could win the next 4 races, but I don't think he's doing that shit. I truly don't think that could happen. They would have to not take provisionals or anything. I don't even think if he won. Well, how many points is that? What's the max points day? 58. If you get pole and everything, I think it's 59. I'm pretty sure it's 59. Yeah, because I got 58 and I didn't get pole. So at Bristol. So 59 points. So yeah, no.
Yeah,
they could use provision. I mean, Brian King could use provisionals if it was just Connor Fuge was the issue, and he'd make it because that's 20 points there. Unfortunately for our boy Connor, he's just gotten into so much stuff this year. Not to beat on poor Connor, but it's just been a rough year in the not getting involved in stuff or kind of year for him. And same with you though, but you're just at the higher up half of the field, and usually, Connor's had some speed, man. I mean, he was good at Homestead before he got wrecked. He was really good at Michigan. He's really good at Michigan. He was actually, I think, a top 10 car at Michigan. I really think that. But he went long on so much on fuel, he ran out of gas.
Mhm.
And he had to coast it to his pit stall. If he doesn't do that, and he still beat Jaden. And Jaden was pretty decent, at least on the short run, right? So that's, and Connor was right there with me cutting through the field. So I think that's something to look at for sure for Connor. Maybe some good tracks coming up. I mean, Daytona, he was pretty good at Daytona in the first half of the year, right? At the season opener. So, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting battle. Do you think you can get by Drew King before it's all said and done?
That's a hard one to get.
He's
by
the
for
king,
sure.
man. The mailman is.
Good thing I'm ahead of him already. I don't have to worry about that. I don't think I'll be going behind him.
You
so.
are behind him.
No.
You were behind
The
Drew
King?
King. Yeah, behind Drew King.
In points.
Yeah, you were
For sure.
20 points behind Drew King in points.
No, I'm looking at points after. Oh, I'm looking at points after Michigan. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Oh, sugar plum. I don't know. I'm starting to worry now.
I told you, man. I mean, it's doable, but man, it's gonna be tough.
I don't know. Just hard. It's hard to even know what to expect at this time of year. You know, everyone's going crazy.
I mean, if some guys just don't show up, I mean, that's all you need. I mean, you have 15 starts and you're ahead of a lot of guys with like 3 more starts than you. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Give those, even if you crash in all those starts, that's 100 points for sure. If you make those starts, you're in the chase just by making those starts. Because I think it's like 20 something points for 30th or something. So 100% would be in. But yeah, it kind of moves us on to looking at Nashville, and I think that kind of looks at who are your ones to watch here, Jack. Your poll. Who you got for poll? Who you got for the race win? Who's your dog of the week?
I'm giving. Oh, for poll. Wow, that's a hard one.
I think it's the hardest question of the week this week.
Oh yeah, or maybe this year. I don't know. Poll's a hard one to predict. Give me. I'm gonna take Adam Boughton. I was gonna take myself.
Yeah.
I was gonna take myself, but I don't like doing that. So I'm gonna take Adam Boughton as the pole qualifier.
Not bad.
And I'm taking last year's winner as well, Adam Boughton, for the win. Back-to-back years winning at Nashville for him. I think unbiased, I'll be his closest competitor. I expect a lot of myself tomorrow night, but Adam, as we've seen many times this year, can just put a race together better than I can. So I would pick him for 2, and then for those 2, and then I think for dog of the week, give me Jaden. Give me Jaden, because I think he's putting the hours this week.
I think he's gonna win.
I
Sick.
have good faith that he's put in the hours this week and he'll have a good performance tomorrow.
But he's sick.
Yeah, but this takes no athletic ability,
Well, that's bullshit.
Sim racing?
When you're sick?
Okay, maybe he might not be in the right headspace, but we'll see. We'll release a medical update on him tomorrow.
Jaden is okay, everyone.
Jaden will participate tonight, and if he does participate, he's the dog of the week.
He's the dog of the week. Okay, who's your dog of the week if he doesn't participate? Because he might not. He better though, because he's on the. He could still make the chase.
That's it. I'm gonna think of someone else who's at that playoff bubble. I'm gonna take Richard Bolsifer.
It's not bad.
My 1.5 mile goat. He's always up there in the picture. He's gonna be driving his head off to get that final playoff spot. So I'm gonna take Bolsifer for my dog of the week if Jaden is not healthy.
Jaden's not healthy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you took my poll peg, so I'm gonna have you for poll. Usually, you just kind of find something in qualifying out of nowhere. You'll be terrible in practice, and then you'll just be good in qualifying all of a sudden. Then you'll be terrible in the race, obviously. But that's beside the point. Yeah, you're gonna be my poll pick. Man, my race win pick. This stuff, it's just such a unique racetrack with Nashville. There's nothing like it. the closest thing, I guess, is Dover, but like, I don't think it's. I think Bristol's more similar to Dover than Nashville. I race winner, man. I'm gonna go with you. You're gonna be my pole pick and my race win pick because man, you're just really good here. And I know last year you didn't do all that well. I'll tell you what happened to me last year in a second and why I didn't get as good a finish as I should have. Because I was on a little rant. But yeah, I think you're gonna put it together, and I think you're hungry. I think even though you look like you're lobotomized over there right now, you're just like. But I think you do want to win, and I think even if you don't make the chase, you want to put on a lot more wins in the record books of Hypershift, right? Because you only have 2 wins your whole Hypershift career. We need to pump those numbers up. We need to pump those numbers up.
Or tomorrow.
Huh? 3 tomorrow?
3 tomorrow.
That's not bad. And my dog of the week. Man, I don't know. That's really hard because like it's a track where you don't really expect dogs. You're not getting the dog.
Okay.
You can't get all 3. I don't think we should allow that. You can't do all 3.
Can the winner be the dog too?
Can the what?
Can the winner be the dog too?
No. You can only pair him if the pole and the race winner. Or the pole and the dog. You can't pole. You can't do it where he's the race winner and he's the dog. That's not how that works. That's stupid. Okay, my underdog pick, because you got me all fucking distracted with your just ridiculousness. Vice. I don't know, because like I don't really think it. This isn't like to be rude. I don't really know anyone that I could see running up there. In the dog kind of pound. The dog pound, as Connor Zillett says, the dog pound of Hypershift. Who can run up there? That's awesome. I love that, dude. The dog pound. Let's just go Kent Mueller. I think that's a decent dog. I think it's probably the best one in the dog pit, as Zillich and Gilliland said. that whole show in Action Central was pretty fire. I did like seeing that. Because Connor, aside from looking depressed, has just kind of not talked this year. To be honest, he just looks like a sad puppy when you see him on TV usually because he just wrecked the car or got wrecked. So those are our predictions. So who do you have again?
My poll and win is Adam Boughton and Adam Boughton. And my dog of the week
is it Adam Boughton? Is it Adam Boughton?
You can't do 3. You can't do all 3.
Well, you said Adam Boughton, Adam Boughton, Adam Boughton, Adam
No,
Boughton.
I said my
Is that his nickname? Adam Boughton. Adam Boughton.
Boughton, yeah.
Adam Boughton.
Adam Boughton.
That's hilarious.
You know my dog, Dick Wolfsfer.
What?
Dick Wolfsfer, my dog, Richard Wolfsfer.
Why is he Dick Wolfsfer?
That's a nickname. Come on, you never heard that nickname, Dick Wolfsfer?
No.
Dick for Richard. Have you never heard of that?
No, I've never heard of Dick for Richard.
Yes.
I think I've heard of that.
Oh.
Okay. That's funny wordplay you got over there.
It doesn't make sense, but
It really doesn't. It really doesn't make sense. So, okay. How about this? Let's do a race prediction for Sunday for the Cup side. Who do you think is going to win Sunday?
I think my winner for Sunday got to be one of the Toyotas, right?
Well,
So
it doesn't have to be.
Well, it kind of has to be. So it kind of has to be. Come on. I'm
No.
taking. I'd have to look at the results of last year's race.
That's actually a
Trying
good
to
idea. I think Byron won last year, right?
Yeah, Byron did win.
Yeah, but
He
he
did
sucked. He's sucked all year this year, so he's not winning.
Okay.
He has, hasn't he, for Byron standards?
Yes, for Byron's amazing standards.
So you gotta let us know who. Give us the top 15 quickly.
For last year.
Yeah.
I'm checking, bro. I will pull that up right here. All right.
Byron, Briscoe, Kozlowski, Blaney, Priest, Wallace, Bowman, Hocevar, Logano, and Dylan.
That's the top 10.
That's the top 10. Kind of a
Interesting top 10.
That 3 car
Kind
up
of a-
there.
top 10 that I could not imagine happening again this year. Let me put it that way.
A lot of Fords. A lot of Fords.
Yeah, even before I checked this results, my winner who I had in my head, my prediction for this year, did not change. This confirmed it. So didn't change my mind on who I picked, but it just made me more confident in my pick. So my pick is Chase Briscoe. I was thinking about saying him anyway. Then after seeing this, I'm like, yeah, I think Briscoe's got it.
Man, I
Got
think he's the most boring driver to watch win in the world. I have nothing against Briscoe, but he's just so boring.
Yeah, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's not. He's good. I'm going to go with a Ford. I'm not going to go with a Toyota. A Chevy will suck probably. Because Chevy sucked this year. I think Hendrick Motorsports will have 2 good cars and then 2 shit boxes. What are you doing? That was caught in 4A, dog.
Sorry, continue.
It's the shame that makes it funny.
Continue.
Okay. I am going to go with Chris Buescher.
Okay.
Chris Buescher, buddy.
Buescher, really?
Chris Buescher, bud.
I mean, we do have an RFK car from last year's top 10.
2 RFK cars in last year.
Yeah.
Or didn't all the RFK cars finish
No,
top 10 last year?
we do have two. We do have two. We have two.
I didn't see Priest. Yeah, we do have 2. You're right.
Yeah. So they're good here last year. I think they're kind of over their midseason slump of autism. It looks like they're running good again. I think Chris is a really good driver. I think that's a good pick. Christopher Buescher. You're going to win.
Yeah, from Chris Buescher from Prosper, Texas.
With a population of about 30,000. Don't
30,000,
forget that.
boy. Yeah.
Which is more at Richmond. Remember? That saw him won at Richmond, right? Because we need to know that.
I think Buescher's a good pick.
I think
One
that's good.
RFK car that wasn't there last year might have redemption.
Yeah, I think Buescher's the best RFK driver by far. I'm surprised he re-signed with them. I think he could go for a top team. I really do think so. I really think he could have went to is that 2 car. I could see that. I mean, they could really do a driver swap, and I don't think that would be the worst thing in the world.
Not with Tim Cindric. I mean, Tim Cindric had his job, and he had his job in 22, but
I mean,
Well, with them being
Austin
fired.
Cindric's ran okay. I mean, all of Penske's kind of sucked, but aside from
no,
recently.
he hasn't lived up to the Penske standards.
No, he hasn't, but he's ran with Logano all year, so he's outran Logano most of the year, aside from Wilkesboro. What the hell are you doing? You got a little Snapchat? Little Snapchat action?
Yeah.
Is this for,
Yeah.
as you would say, the Huzz?
I was taking a picture of my microphone that I licked.
Oh, okay. What the hell is that sound?
What sound?
It was like,
Oh, that's my mic stand.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap this sucker up, and let's go with the diecast of the week. And you're looking all grinny as hell over there, so let's see Jack's diecast of the week. What do you got for us?
Okay. Well, I picked up like 20
Last week, so I've diecast to come for the
many.
So you
many
just
weeks
have
from now.
one, or do you have multiple for us?
I've one.
No, I've one, but I have many stocked for the next couple of weeks, so I've
Okay.
lots to choose from. But with Iowa being the theme of the week, my pick is my Byron Winner Circle 2026 wave. I picked this up in
That's a
picked
cool
this
car.
up in Detroit 2
Oh
weeks
wow,
ago.
that's scary.
So yeah, it was very scary. I heard a lot of gunshots trying to take my die cast from me, but I own it now. And I own it, and I'm the righteous owner, so I can use it for diecast of the week.
Well, just don't go through Detroit again. You might get it stolen. So
I'll try not to.
that's not a bad diecast, but here is mine. It's one of my favorite paint schemes. I haven't done an Austin Dillon yet, so I feel like for the third episode I have to do an Austin Dillon paint scheme. This is the Real Tree number 3.
Ooh.
Really cool paint. Very rare car. Very expensive car. But love this car. It is signed as well.
What notable races would that one have done? That I would remember.
I think it only ran once. I think it ran Pocono. Oh, I think this is a 2018 or I think it's 2019. I don't know where he finished there. It's DIN 10. But it's a beautiful car. I have the same version of this. So it's a sister version, but it's brown. It's brown camo. It looks sick. That one's even harder to find. For some fucking reason. But I have this pair of cars and they sit in the desk over there and they look all pretty and I have too many diecasts because I am rich, right? I'm rich, right, Jack?
Yeah,
I'm
you
rich.
are.
You are.
Yeah.
The car that diecast reminded me of.
So I was at MIS like a week ago. Before I went to Cincinnati, I visited the track. I went in the head office in between turns 1 and 2, and they had a rear bumper. It was Dylan's entire rear bumper from I think the 2021 race there when he came up and he blocked Kozlowski, a stupid block after stage 1. I hope you remember that.
What do you mean? Where?
2021.
What track?
Michigan.
Oh, is that a block?
Yeah, a stupid after the checkered block.
I think he thought Brad was just gonna go up and not side draft him. I don't even understand the thought process from Brad. Because he's not pulling him back for the last 5 feet. I was there and I was pissed. I am very well aware of that wreck. He had a car that could win that day too. Let's not forget that. He had a car that could win.
He shouldn't be stupid after the
I agree. I do think Brad could also give him. I think those two hate each other, man. They get in run-ins like every few years.
I think Dylan could have waited more than half of a second before he just shot it right up the tri-oval.
Yeah, but also, why are we like this is the end of the stage for like 7th, and Brad was like,
It was for 4th. So you're so
was it
close.
really for 4th?
Yeah.
He was so fast that day, dude. So fast.
Yeah.
Had a car that could have won.
Maybe it's a spotter issue then.
I don't know. I don't remember what Austin said after this. I think he said he expected him to give him more room, but it is rough on like you've driven on iRacing. It's rough down there in the apron.
No, it's really not rough at all. I think Dylan just had a skill issue, trying to take more than he could bite off and chew.
But he was outrunning Brad. You forgot that, and he was outrunning your boy. Remember that? Because he was outrunning.
I actually remember Byron finishing second that race. So
I also remember him being outran by the 3 car until Brad Kozlowski murdered him. So it's okay.
He murdered himself.
I got to see Brad Kozlowski murder happen after he wrecked Austin at Nashville this year because he's a dumbass.
I have this clip loaded up here right now, ready to watch in 2 seconds if you want to.
Okay, how about you just share your screen then, and we can show the crew.
All right, I'm gonna share it in 1 second when this ad's over. When the seconds ad's over. Okay.
Share your screen. Share it. Also, Grandma, if you're
it,
watching,
bro. Chill.
Here, if my grandmother is watching.
Oh, hi, Grandma.
If she's watching, oh, this is all taped up. But your car came in.
Hold us.
This car is badass, Jack. You know the which one is it?
Yeah.
The Gen X car. The Gen X Harvick
Really?
car. She just got that. $60.
Your grandma got it.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Okay, 1 second. Let me put this away. Caleb Phillips is calling me because he wants to give me a kiss. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Answer me this. Why is Brad chasing him down when they're coming to the stripe? It's so stupid.
For the side draft, you want that.
He's not getting there. He's not. Oh my god, dude. It was a hit, too.
What happened, bro?
Because his entire back end went, like, up hard. It was a nasty hit.
It was almost so close to 400.
That is a really cool Res Tree car.
So I think BK is all the right to run him down there. Look, Dylan's already coming up the track.
So Brad comes down too, though. He gets even lower. Look at it.
Let me slow this down here.
I really do think that Brad hates Austin Dillon though, because they get in running. Remember at New Hampshire when they like door banged the shit out of each other?
Oh, I do in the next gen era.
Look at this. He's like I don't understand.
No,
I mean, Dylan comes up. Don't get me wrong. He obviously comes up, but why is he chasing him down? It's the end of the stage. He's obviously not getting that.
too.
It was a hard ass hit. I watched it. I watched it live. I was there.
I think he has wheel damage.
I fucking hate Brad Keselowski. I hate Brad Keselowski.
I don't hate Brad Keselowski.
I do too. He's a washed has-been. He's washed.
I don't hate him.
I hate him. If he's not in top-notch equipment, he sucks ass.
I don't feel hatred for anyone in my heart, especially
Well,
not a professional athlete.
This is such a hard. Look at this. Oh,
Oh,
that is a nasty hit.
let's watch it from BK's camera here.
Like, look at he turns down. He turns down.
A little bit of both. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
It's like why? Like Austin's probably thinking, well, he's not going to turn down and side draft me more when we just passed the checkered. It's so stupid.
Oh, both. Definitely both.
That was the year that him and Reddick were battling for the final transfer spot. And Austin was better than Reddick all year, and then he got murdered in this race. And then he had to like, I don't know, I think he wrecked at Daytona and he didn't make it. Because
Yeah,
Reddick's washed. He's washed. He's not won in a month, so he's washed.
That's true.
He's washed.
Washed.
He's washed. He doesn't know what he's doing anymore. All right. Well, we will all see you come next week, or not next week, or yeah, next week tomorrow or next Wednesday. We'll talk all things Nashville and Dover the next week following.
Get the whole gang on here.
We'll see. What do you mean the whole gang? You want Connor on here?
I'll
Do we
take
want-
anybody.
We'll take anybody.
I want more opinions on issues like that.
Dylan crash.
Oh well, I'm biased, so. Well, let's talk about William Byron wrecking Hamlin under yellow at Texas in 22. The tower didn't see it. They didn't see it. The tower didn't see it. And then, not only that, Byron getting penalized for points and then getting them back after he raced a whole race with the wrong points. And then making the playoffs with, he would have 100% missed it if he kept his penalty points. The dumbest officiating ever. Ever.
Arguable.
No, it is not. No, it is not. What is arguable about that? They just paid off NASCAR. Here's another 50 G's. That's actually all they did.
What?
Hey, you know what Byron doesn't have? Back-to-back wins at Richmond. Okay, it's blue. Voltage.